Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what I thought we would do today is do this little crab box that I got and this little turtle box. And I'm going to do them two different ways. The little crab I'm going to paint up with chrome powders and fill him with black. So I'm going to do red, and then I'm going to do silver for his little eye nibs down in there. And I don't know what color eyes I want to give him. I could do the black because I do want to do gold for my stars. Let's see, where's my other box? And these are that's resin chrome powders. This is the oldest kit, and this is the newest kit that has the black in it. So we could do black around the white of his eyes. And then I think I'm going to, okay, I've got some, let's see, got my silver. Let's do the chartreuse for the stars. I think that'll be pretty. It's kind of a goldy green. I don't know. Should I do gold? Let's just stick with gold. Stick with gold. All right, we're going to get to this one in a minute, because what we're going to do is I want to paint the bottom up with a chrome powder, and I'll probably use, that's pretty, it's a blue. I think I've used that before though. What about aqua? Let's do him aqua. But now for his shell, I'm going to put these roses down in there and some clear resin, let it cure up, and then we will finish filling it in with a colored resin. And that's what we're going to do with him. So first, I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse and get all of this stuff painted up and ready to go and mix up some resin. So I'll see you back after the time lapse.
Like a wild monsoon in Linda's resin room under the neon moon. Swirls of magic, yeah, they twist and bloom. She spins the world in a liquid dance. No second take, no second chance. Linda's resin room, where dreams collide. Dripping rainbows where secrets hide. Linda's resin room, the vibe's alive. A masterpiece in every dive. She bends the light with a steady hand, turns chaos into something grand. Every pore's a spark, every layer's planned. Heat gun hums, a symphony of steam, chasing the edge of a technicolor dream. Linda's resin room, where dreams collide. Dripping rainbows where secrets hide.
Okay guys, got everything painted up. Now I'm going to mix up some resin. I have 8 ounces of resin here. I have 4 ounces part A, 4 ounces part B. Y'all know I like this little mixer, and I like how this just sits right up on top of my cup. This is the fast speed. This resin gets a lot of bubbles, but I'm going to mix this up for 3 minutes, and then I'm going to pour a little bit out into a cup to be separate for my clear for our little turtle shell here, and then we're going to put the black in the rest. I'm hoping 8 ounces is enough to do this one and those 3 and a little clear. I may need a little more. I probably should have done 10, but we're just going to do 8. But I have a 15% off discount code for the Resiners hand crank mixer, and like I said, you can go either way. If you're a righty, lefty, doesn't matter. This is the fast mix. This is the medium on the side, and this is the slow. So it's all according to how fast you want to go. It also comes with this little mat. It comes with the little clean tool, which I absolutely love this. It comes with your little silicone cup if you want to put it in here. And then it comes with your extension, which is probably what I should have done here. I forgot to put my extension on. I was wondering why it wasn't mixing up very well. I like my plastic cups. I like my silicone cup, but I do like my plastic cups. And for only mixing up 8, I would have used my silicone one, but I forgot about it. So, yeah, now that's much better. That's really getting down in there to the bottom. All right, guys, I'm going to mix this up, but I do have 15% off discount code that I will flash up on the screen here for you guys. And if you guys want to, oh no, it's a 20. Is it a 15 or is it a 20? I think it's 15. 15% off. But anyways, guys, I'll flash it up on the screen for you guys if you all are interested in the Resiners handheld mixer. This is a little cheap mixer. I think it's like 20 bucks on their website, and then you can use the discount code and get 15% off of that. But I'm going to get this resin mixed up, and then we will be back to put the black in and get the clear separate. We'll put it in the vacuum chamber, and then we'll pour. So I'll see you guys after I get this mixed up. Alrighty, guys, I got this mixed up. I got my little thing. It does sit straight up and down. I like to spritz it with a little alcohol. It helps whatever resin's left on there to run off. Okay, now I'm just going to get out a little resin here. That. I'm still saying I should have mixed up 10. Guys, I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, let's see, that one's about empty. Where's my other? Alright. Now this is just a cheap black that I got off of Amazon. I don't even think they sell this anymore. It's not very pigmented at all, so it takes quite a bit of the black to make it black. Okay, and you can see I put quite a bit of that down in there. Oops, I hit it and knocked it over. Set that back up. Okay, just going to get this black mixed up here. Make sure you scrape your sides and your bottom after you use that mixer, because that mixer does not touch the sides or the bottom, and you don't want uncured resin when your piece is done. You want to make sure it's all mixed. Okay. Alrighty. I think that's good. Like I said, that black is not very pigmented. And our stuff is already painted, so it's not really going to matter. Clean my stick off. Wipe my hands off because I got resin on me. It just gets a little spritz here. I just spritz my hands with alcohol, rub them together, and then take a paper towel and wipe it off, and it gets the resin off. That way I'm not sticky getting it on everything. Alright. Now I think with this one, because we're going to put roses in there, I do want to put a little crushed crystal. Not much. Just a little smidgen. Okay. There we go. I think that will be really pretty. Now, you know, with this crushed crystal, and it's the Unicorn Art crushed crystal, the more you stir, the more it breaks up. So, just going to stir this up really good. I hope I didn't put too much. We'll see. It only takes a little bit of that. A little goes a very, very long way. Alright, let's wipe this off. Alright guys, get these in the vacuum chamber. We'll be back for in just a moment. Alrighty guys, so I got everything out of the vacuum chamber. So I'm just going to take my clear and pour right down in here. It still looks like it's got bubbles. So we'll let it sit for a minute and hopefully some of those bubbles will come out. I don't think it degasses as well when it is in a paper cup. Okay, I'm just going to let that spread out because I want to leave enough room to fill up the rest of the shell with a color. So let's see if, well, first let's see how much we got, because I mixed up 8, but I poured a little out there. So I've got 7 ounces. So I took out 1 ounce. Hopefully 7 ounces is enough to do the whole crab. The turtle I'm not worried about because I can do it when I do the rest of the shell. But I would like to have enough to fill up the crab. I don't think I'm going to. Okay. He's full. So that was that's about 5 ounces in that little sucker. We only got 2 ounces left, and I really think this shell is going to need more than 2 ounces. Okay. We are going to be mixing up more resin. There's a rogue piece of red glitter. And you know what? I'm going to leave it in there. It's not going to matter. I've painted him red. So there's a piece of glitter in there. You're not going to see it unless you turn it around. Let's see if we can scrape everything out of here. I'll probably have a little clear that I can mix in it as well. Good thing about chrome powders, it doesn't matter what color you back them. They're still going to turn out the same, or almost the same. Maybe just a little tiny bit difference, but not enough to even notice to make a difference. Okay. Can't use that same one. And he's definitely got bubbles. I can see bubbles down on the bottom that I've got to pluck off. I'm going to go around each one of these little turtle shell areas, just in case, because I see a lot of little bubbles around those. I've got plenty enough clear, I think, in there, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, we don't need any more of this clear there, so I can use my black spatula. And we're just going to take this and dump it right in through here because it's not going to matter. And I think what I'll do is I'll let this cure, and when we do the turtle, just finish filling him up with the turtle because you're not going to see it because of the chrome powder. So that works out well. That way I'm not having to mix up like an ounce for right now. I mean, there's no point to mix up just 1 ounce. And then I've got to mix more anyways. And it does have a few bubbles in there. I'm sure you guys can see that. And it'll hide the little red piece of glitter if we let it cure and then pour more. Okay, so I'm going to clean that up later. Let's get here. And we're going to spritz a little alcohol on that just because there's some bubbles down in there. Now, wish me luck, guys, because I'm not the greatest at flowers. But I think these little roses will look so pretty down in there. I'm going to let it get completely covered. There's a bubble. I kind of don't want it to go all the way to the bottom. But I do need to try to get bubbles out if there are any. And it's going to go to the bottom anyways. Alright. At least we can say we tried. I might can get them to kind of float up a little bit. If I can get them off the bottom down there. Here we go. Get that one as well. Okay. Now, got those. Now let's do their little leaves here. I'm going to let that one go there. And there's a bubble I need to pluck out. Okay. And then let's do this one here. I'm going to get it all coated, and then I'm going to try to get it to float up just a little. Okay. And then I think I want to put him right up in there. I see bubbles coming out from under it when I push down on it like that. Get it coated. There we go. Now let's see if we can kind of pull this up a little bit. I need you back where I wanted you. Get back over there. He doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Alright, I think that's good. We'll let that cure up, and then we'll come back and put a back coat on it and finish filling these suckers up. And spritz a little there, spritz that one, spritz down in there. And I'm probably spritzing my powder off of this, but I can only do so much. Alright guys, I'm going to get this cleaned up, we're going to let this cure up, and we'll come back when it's time to do the second part. So I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, so these have cured up, so we're going to mix up more resin. Now I'm not going to finish that with black. I'm going to finish it with blue because I want blue in here. And then I'm just going to fill everything with blue. That's not going to matter because you're not going to see it because of the chrome powder. So I have this blue. It's a resin dye. It's from Resin Pro. I will link it in the description. And I've not used the blue. I love the white and black. I use it quite often. But I thought I would try the blue today. So 1, 2, 3, about 6 drops maybe went in there. It kind of just drips out. Now it does get everywhere. It's a little messy. Let's see what this blue does. Okay, see, I don't want it that dark. And it is a translucent color. I'm going to mix some white in. You know what? I'm not going to use the color Fun White, though. I was going to. Let's use the Ocean White. I know it's a solid color. This is by Let's Resin. I do have a discount code for 10% off, or a discount link for 10% off of all Let's Resin products. That's in the description box, and I'll link that one specifically, which will give you 10% off. Okay, now let's see. I just want a light blue. I don't want to hide my flowers. And there's nothing that says you can't mix colors. Okay, I think I need more white. Still not what I'm going for. So I'm just going to... This is some thick paste. Okay, let's try 2 more little squirts down in there. I want it solid, but I want it to be a light color. Sorry, guys, I have really bad allergies. Okay. But I've got 8 ounces of resin here because I think it will be plenty. Hopefully. I fill all this up because I don't think that turtle's going to hold as much as that crab did. Okay. I think that's pretty. I want a little shimmer though. Let's put a little mica powder in there for some shimmer. And I like this one. I think this color is really pretty. The Rolio Electric Blue. It's got a little, it's definitely got a shimmer to it. I'm just going to put a little tiny scoop of that. And let's get this mixed. See what that does. A lot of times when you use pastes and you go to put mica powder or something in it, you have to use more because it doesn't show up. But like I said, I just want the shimmer. I'm not really wanting it to change my color. Okay, there we go. Now I've got my silky look. Get this mixed. That's what I want. All right, guys, I'm going to finish mixing this, get it in the debubbler. We'll be back to pour in just a moment. Alrighty, guys, got my resin out of the debubbler. Now, let's fill this up. I'm going to do the turtle first because I do want him to be blue. Now, I did take some tape and go around the rim of this to try to get those clear bubbles out. That way, they don't show up in the blue. Hopefully, bubbles don't get down in this lid because it goes around through there. Which the good thing is you can see through this mold. So if there is a bubble, you're going to see it. I don't see any. Let's look. Yeah, it looks like they pushed all out. So that is awesome. Okay. Just finish filling this up here. Alright. Here we go. And hit used. I only put about 1.5 ounces in there. So that's about a 3-ounce lid. Now let's put the blue. These are chrome powders, so it doesn't matter what color you put behind them. They're still going to look basically about the same. It shouldn't affect it very much at all. And that's why I don't mind to mix the blue and the black together. Okay. Almost got Mr. Turtle here. There we go. Turtle is good. So the total he took was about 5 ounces. And if you add the other, so I would say 7 ounces for each mold. This one's 7 so far, but we've got to put more. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see around this rim because I put the chrome powder on it. So I very possibly could get bubbles on this one. Let me put in a little more, and we're going to go around it and see if there's any bubbles. I don't want to poke anything in through there. I also don't want to squish it too much because I'll get my powder off. And I don't want to dislodge the black. I'm just going to barely kind of push around. I don't see any bubbles coming out. Doesn't mean they're not in there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to stay on the resin and not touch it. Okay. So maybe it filled up well too. So I don't see any bubbles coming out of there. Okay. Clean this off. Spritz it with some alcohol. Even though you think you get it off, if you don't clean it with some alcohol, there's still resin on there and it will cure up and it will ruin your dotting tools. I've done quite a few that way. Here we go. Now, did I get that off camera? No. Can you guys see that? Okay. So mixed up 8. I'm going to move this back over here. And I only have about 1.5 ounces left, so good deal. I feel like that's going to overflow right there, though, for some reason. Oh, I see. He's domed. Okay, that's it, guys. I've got spare things. I'm mixing those in, so I've got to take some of this out. He's going to overflow on me. I think I'm making more of a mess than anything. Kind of just getting it everywhere, aren't I? Okay, let's see. Is that enough? This one side is a lot higher than the rest of it for some reason. I wonder if I can turn it. Sometimes my table is a little more, kind of points toward the corner over here. And I've tried to level it up as best as I can. So sometimes I find if there's a higher spot, I point it this way and that will take care of it. Okay, I think we might be okay now. Still looks like he's going a little. All right, Alrighty guys, we'll let this cure up. We'll come back for a demold. See you guys then. Alrighty guys, so all this has cured up. So let's demold and see what we got. Let's do the crab first. If I can get it loose. Okay. I think he's going to be really cute. Kind of hard to get a hold of the mold in between those little legs. Okay. There we go. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Couple little bubbles. I'm going to have to fix those. Not bad though. Not bad. Bottom is smooth. Needs a little trim. Alright, now let's see our tricolor and see if we got bubbles. Or bicolor. I guess there's two colors in here. Well, it's tricolor if you count the red I painted on. Getting these molds started is... Yep, there's a bubble. There's a bubble. Got a couple bubbles I gotta fix. Okay, so got a little one here. I think it's just the way I unmolded it. So I got a little one here, good one there, there, and there. Let's see. But it fits on the box very well. Love the little eyeballs. I might paint them back up with some marker though to make them stand out a little more. Well, he's cute, isn't he? Got some work to do on him though. Let's get the bottom first. The bottom's easier. Okay, I should have cleaned the molds off first. I got one little bubble there. And there, and there. A couple little bubbles around it. Little tiny ones. Not really anything you can do much about. Paint his little eyeballs up. Alright, now let's see this one. Now this one you could see through it. And I didn't see any bubbles. So, there shouldn't be any. Yeah, no bubbles. This one's a lot easier. Alright, not bad. Kind of like it. Wish my blue was just a little bit lighter, but I did get a bubble there and there, in with my flowers, but it's okay. And that box fits on nicely. So, I like that. That is cute. Oh, I gotta fix a bubble here. There's a bubble there I'm gonna have to fix. Alright guys, we will do a time lapse as I fix these up, paint up what I need to, and then we'll be back. So, get these fixed up. See you back in a bit.
Linda's got a room filled with goo, fixing up a shell, can't you tell? Chrome is on the way, gonna make them shine today. Resin room, where broken things bloom. Resin room, banishing the gloom. Little crab is waiting for some fancy plating. UV light is humming, summer's coming.
Okay guys, so all I did is I fixed the little hole in the shell here. So now there's no little hole. Uh-oh, got a piece of red off of the crab on there. There we go. And I fixed all the little holes that were in here with the little UV resin, painted his little eyeballs. Now I haven't spray sealed them yet because they're still wet. Now with the crab I did the same thing, filled in all the little holes with some UV resin, painted his little eyes the black part and left the rest alone. And then I filled in the areas with some UV resin and then just took a red acrylic paint pen and went around it. And that's all I did. So once this dries up, I will spray seal them outside, and then I'll take some photos, and I'll see you guys back for the next video, because that is it. So I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.